Hello Gemini, welcome to your timeless crystal ball reading. We already cleared the air, so we will go straight to our crystal ball scrying. I just saw a face straightly looking at us. And then suddenly I saw the lower jaw with its teeth. I'm not sure if recently some of you went to the dentist, okay? If some of you just recently went to the dentist, then maybe this reading is for you. I see a crescent moon. Uh, Maybe what I start to feel is uh, whatever it is right now, it's something about, for some of you, this incident will be happening somewhere near the new moon, or maybe the first quarter moon, or maybe the last quarter moon of the moon cycle. For some of you, it can be a beginning of a new chapter in your life, or it can be near the end or a closing of a chapter. So it can be either a beginning of a chapter in your life or a closing of a chapter in your life. Spirit, can you kindly give us some clarification? What do you want us to see? Whether in the beginning or the closing of a chapter in our life. For Gemini. I see an eagle. An eagle with its eyes half closed, as if scrutinizing everything around it. Maybe for some of you, you will be undergoing some re-examination of your life. Uh, Maybe some of you will be having some moments of withdrawing from the mudding crowds and trying to get better perspective in what is happening in your present situation. So maybe for some of you, you will be going on a sort of a moment of rest, or a moment of maybe a vacation or something. Is there any other information we need to that needs to be clarified? The first face that I saw was looking blankly in the distance. So it seems that for some of you, you're going to really spend some time of, maybe looking back of what has happened in your life, looking back at what has happened in your life, looking back to your past. And for some of you, no, it seems that you're going to have a sort of a change of perspective, like undergoing a paradigm shift. You will be looking at life in a different way. If before, for example, you're looking at life at a certain point of view, for some of you, your point of view will be completely changed the other way around. So it seems that the message for us is maybe it's an invitation for many of you to undergo life review at this present time, to slow down from what you are doing and maybe to spend some time to have sort of like a life review. And it promises that you will undergo a paradigm shift for many of you, that you will be looking at life in a different point of view. There will be a certain transformation if you would spend this time of solitude. So I feel this is the invitation that we are being given. Later we will have some more clarification for this. Somehow also this sort of like a consultation with the dentist. Sometimes we have dreams of, suddenly losing our teeth. No? It can symbolize also the closing of a chapter in life and a beginning of a new one, which is very much related to the new moon or the last quarter moon that we just saw. So it can be that right now, for many of you, the new moon and the jaw with the teeth that we just saw can symbolize that you are in a transition period right now, and because you are in a transition period right now, there is maybe a need for you to spend time to just withdraw yourself and try to get a big picture as you close this old chapter and as you open a new chapter in your life. I think this is what is coming to me right now. There's a need for you to have a review. Let us see if you can still get some more message before we try to have some clarification. Suddenly I find myself teary-eyed and sniffling a bit. I have this vision of a cave right now. What I see is a cave. Sorry. I guess you can say it's a vision, but what I see, okay, it is a much better description. What I see right now is a cave, and what I start to feel is, yes, you are being invited to undergo sort of like a moment of solitude and silence, like undergo hermit mode, in order to assess your situation. Maybe there's a need for you to review what just transpired. Maybe there's a special lesson that you need to learn for some of you, and for some of you maybe there's a need for you to look at your life and review it, because maybe what will come next is something very important and you need to be aware of the signs that are going to be given by the universe, or the changes that will happen, so that you will be able to respond better to your new chapter in life. I see a face with many large, long, wavy hair coming out from it. It makes me think of a lion, and it makes me feel that whatever new chapter you're going to face it with confidence and with courage and with inner strength. No, so don't be afraid. I think you will be able to face whatever challenge you're going to have with courage and inner strength. Well, I guess that's it for us right now for the crystal ball reading. Now we will go to uh, some tarot reading so that we can get clarified with these images that we just saw through the crystal balls. Okay, so let us now go to the second part, which is the clarification for what we have seen. Well, Gemini, welcome to our second part, which is the clarification of what we just saw in the two crystal balls that we have. Now, it's quite a, I don't know what, it was an inspiration for me to put two crystal balls together, one big one and one smaller one. And I guess it has an advantage because we get to see more from both crystal balls, from the big one and the small one. And then sometimes when I overlap the big one and the small one, I get to see more things also. It's quite a good, it's a very spontaneous experiment, and it seems to have helped us a lot. By the way, earlier we saw a cave, no? Somehow also in the shamanic tradition, in some shamanic traditions, no? A cave is like going into your inner life. No? The cave is like a portal to the inner part of our being. No? This is where some shamans would enter in order to heal some chakras that are affected right now. So something like that. So for some of us, maybe the cave can symbolize like there's a need for us to undergo some inner healing. I was also a little bit teary-eyed near the end of the reading. So it can be that for some of you, maybe as you make your life review, you might be looking back to some past events that might have caused you some pain, and there might be some healing that will be needed, and it will need some introspection, some moments of going inwards, spending more time in prayer and contemplation, and yes, a review of your life. But there's this image of the lion, which somehow tells us that whatever challenge you will be facing, especially in this moment of healing, inner healing, you will be facing it with courage and with the courage and the strength of the lion. Okay, now let's have another shuffle, and then let us try to ask the spirit. Spirit, could you kindly give us a little bit more clarification of what we just saw in the crystal ball reading? Okay, so here. So let us see. As you would notice, as we try to read further, there might be some differences in the reading of the crystal ball and also the clarifications. Now we are evolving. Okay, we are just, what do you call this, flying by the seat of our pants, allowing the spirit to guide us. Right now I am being guided to do it this way, so let's try to see. Maybe there's a special reason why we're doing it this way. So it seems that for some of you, you are presently undergoing a transition, a closing of a chapter and an opening of a chapter for many of you, Gemini. And we'll try to see what are the things that we can learn from them. Okay, immediately we see here the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, and then we have here a person who is about to start on a venture, on a new venture or a new adventure or a new, beginning a new chapter in his life. Established strength. Okay. I think I need to use my glasses, or maybe a magnifying glass. Just a moment. Okay, it says here established strength. Okay, established strength. Okay, and then we have here the star. Okay, so what I hear, what I see right now, no, it seems that what we are in being invited is, yeah, to have a balance between the yin and the yang, no, to yeah, we examine our life and try to put a little bit balance. So for some of you who might be right now a little bit more on the feminine side, no, maybe you need to move a little to do a little bit more of the masculine activities in order to counterbalance it, so that you will be able to be somewhere in the middle. Uh, you balance your activities. If you are a little bit more aggressive right now, you have this more of the masculine traits right now, the invitation for you is to try to have more feminine activities, like for example doing charity work, doing some artwork, whatever it is, or maybe writing, no? Things that are a little bit more on the feminine side, so that you will be able to balance. It's like that the invitation for you is to try to balance between the yin and the yang. But what is very strong here is, yes, for some of you there will be some intellectual pursuits that you're going to do in the near future. It can be also something, a new inspiration in your career. At the same time, there is a need for you to, yeah, to uh, deal with people in a just way, and at the same time expect also that others will deal with you in a just way. I see some birds here, no. So for some of you there might be a need for reconciliation, no, or maybe some people will be coming back to you in your life, uh, and that they will be asking for a reconciliation. I see here, makes me think that the queen is holding a uh, a pouch that has a head in it, no. Uh, what make it makes me feel is, no, it's not a person that has been decapitated. No, what I feel is that for some of you, you might be looking back on your past, on somebody that have left you. It can be somebody who had just recently died, and memories of that person is coming back to you right now. And yeah, I guess you haven't completely recovered from the loss, that for some of you are still grieving. But suddenly I find myself looking at this angel with wings. I feel that whoever has left you, for some of you, they are one of your spirit guides right now. Okay, this is a little bit more specific. No, so for some of you, you maybe in your introspections, there might be some signs that whoever has left you, so whoever has gone ahead of you, might reveal themselves to you and let you know that you need not have to worry, because they are constantly with you. And for some of you, they might have become your spirit guides also. One of your spirit guides right now in your life. For some of you, you might be looking back on somebody in the recent past. You might be recalling somebody in your recent past, and maybe for some of you, someone from the recent past might come to you and try to ask for reconciliation. Here I see a person who is beginning a new venture. You already planted something, no, and it's beginning to grow. So you might have started, no, these swords can also, the sword of the queen and the king of swords, no, could also symbolize that you have recently just had an inspiration, and whatever this inspiration, it seems that it's already beginning to bear fruit, no. But you are right now in a working mode, no. You are beginning, and it will require some effort, no, some caring about it. And it makes me think that you should spend some time also to stop every once in a while. Like for example, you give your best, it's good, no, you give your best in whatever inspiration you have, but you need some time also to stop and to look at it at a bird's eye view. So maybe that is why we saw an eagle in the crystal ball reading. Maybe there is a need for you also, because with this new inspiration, for your inspiration to flourish, there is a need for you to stop every once in a while, to detach yourself. Like for example, you're working on the whatever this new project you have, you work on it, and then after a while, there's a need for you to stop, do something else, to allow your subconscious mind to work on it, and at the same time also, so that you will have a better perspective on it. At the earlier part also, I told something about having a paradigm shift, because at that time, what I was seeing is an inverted vision, an inverted image, and for me, it symbolizes, uh, trying to look at things at a different point of view. So, for example, maybe there's a need for you to examine. For example, if this is your project and you're looking at it this way, maybe there's a need for you also to look at it upside down, so that you can really examine the thing or this project more closely. So there's a need for you to constantly have a review of life, to try to look at what is happening. No, for some of you, it is because it is related to a loss in the past, or a painful moment in the past that needs to be needs reconciliation and healing. At the same time, also, it can be also there's a need for you to withdraw a little bit every once in a while, so that you can have a better perspective of a new inspiration that you have just received. And here it promises that you will be successful. We have here the star, and you see here, this is like a person who is taking a bath. No, it's like, for me, it's there's a need for you also to nurture yourself, to nurture your health, to maybe for some of you, there's a need for you to have a general checkup. Okay, if some of you are feeling something unusual, maybe you're starting to have some physical symptoms, maybe there's a need for you to undergo consultation. Maybe that is also the reason why I saw a dentist, or a jaw with teeth. Maybe it can symbolize that for some of you, you need to undergo consultation, maybe to a dentist for some. For some, maybe a consultation with the doctor. So maybe there's a need for you to also examine your health right now. Now, here I see a lion that is pulling, the King of Wands, pulling the chariot of the King of Wands. So it means that, for me, it makes me feel that you are right now on fire, because you see, the lion is not afraid to face through fire. So you are going through fire and you are on fire. You see, the chariot is on fire, even the lion is on fire. But you see the lion that is very, very courageous, The lion is very courageous, and the king is on fire. The king is also glowing, So whatever this new project you have, you are going through it with confidence, and you are on fire. And yes, you are going through fire also. So whatever it is, I feel that your project will be flourishing in the near future. Okay. And you're going through it with courage and fire. But it will require for you to sort of like make a balancing act, So here you see here the king and the queen of swords, like the yin and the yang. You see again the two swords, So I feel really there is a need for you to balance between your life, to get the middle road instead of being in one extreme. So maybe there's a need for you to balance also in your physical. Here you see a person that is blindfolded, and we see here again the crescent moon. I feel that the crescent moon also symbolizes that there's a need for you to spend more time with inner journey, because here we see here a blindfolded person, and here the message is peace. So there is a need for you to spend more time also, not just this feverish activity of this new inspiration, this moving forward with power. I think you will be able to maintain this moving forward with power and being on fire. The secret and strength behind is in spending more time in prayer and contemplation. There's a need for you to have inner peace in order for your inner strength to come out and allow you to accomplish whatever this new project you have right now, and also to be able to attend to some healing. The healing can be physical also, and at the same time spiritual and mentally. So for some of you, with this one, this loss, and the need for reconciliation, you really need to have more time inwards in order to find a certain balance to be able to heal. And I feel there is a need for you, to really go inwards so that you will be able to make good decisions. No, for some of you, there is stillness in some parts of your life, but at the same time, there are some turbulent parts. No, I see here what I see is sort of like a wave. No? It can be mountains, so it can be challenges that can be faced. No, yeah, they can be mountains. No, but there is some mists somewhere there. Uh, Makes me feel that there are some things that there is a fire around you, so there might be some challenges that await you right now. So there is also here, there will be some incidents where, yeah, there will be pain. I think this is related to this one, no? For some of you, you need to undergo some healing because there has been some painful moment, and there will be a need for forgiveness and for peace. But in order for you to accomplish that, you need to spend more time alone, no? More time for healing, more time for nurturing your inner child, nurturing yourself, no? So for some of you, no, it's somewhere in the middle, no? So for some of you right now, you are in the present moment of yeah, healing from past wounds, no? And yeah, it's causing you some pain. So for some of you, maybe you are right now recalling a certain incident in the recent past or in the past that is causing you some anxiety and some pain. Maybe you need to, yeah, address it. There's a need for you, but don't worry. There's a promise that whatever this review of life, this you will undergo healing. You see here the star. There's a promise of healing, but you need to attend to it. You need to work on it. No? For some of you, maybe you have already undergone. This chapter is closing already with the new moon. This chapter is already closing and a new chapter is coming. So there's a need for you to close and to find some healing. It might take some time, but the important thing is you already are starting to be aware that you need to heal. But don't worry, your guides are there with you. And for those of you who have lost a loved one, there is a probability that they are already part of your spiritual guides. And there's with this new chapter, there's opening before you. You are being invited to have this sense of adventure, like the fool, to have this sense of adventure, to look at the opening chapter in your life with confidence, with a sense of curiosity, this sense of adventure, and a certain courage, not to be afraid to also take some calculated risks. Because if you are not very calculated, you are not careful, you might hurt yourself also along the process. So you need to also be a little bit more cautious, but not to lose that confidence, because if you are too cautious also, you will not have the courage to go on a new venture. So go on a new venture, but at the same time also make it a calculated journey. I mean, you also try to see the signs that are going to allow the spirit to guide you, and also to avoid some avoidable mishaps along the way. But don't worry, somebody is going to accompany you. It can be a friend or somebody, a new romance maybe. This person will be loyal to you and will accompany you in your journey, and they will bring life and they will bring happiness to you, peace, and at the same time, they will make you feel loved. And at the same time, here we have here the magician. It's as if that the universe and the spirit is telling you everything that you're going to need in the journey, it's already being provided to you. And yes, you are being asked to close the chapter. Whatever painful chapter you've had in the past, it's time for you to close it and to open your eyes to the new gift that the universe is giving you. Don't worry, your ancestors. I feel here that the tree here is your ancestry. It's as if, yes, the ancestor is behind you. Your ancestors, one of your ancestors are guiding you, okay? For some of you, you can rely on them. They are there and they accompany you in your present journey. Again, here we see the death, and you are being invited to look at it with the spirit of a child, a spirit of courage, not afraid. Even here you see it's as if death is going to run over the child, but the child is not afraid. You see here the other person is as if moving back, as if trying to move away, and then here we see an old person trying to beg with death, no? But this child is facing it with courage. Here we see a person who has died. I feel that for some of you, you are still grieving of the loss of a certain loved one. But yes, there is already a closing of a chapter, and there's a beginning of a new day, no? And death, somehow the closing of the chapter promises, that it will bring you some peace, maybe some form of healing. The invitation for you is to, be gentle with yourself and to have that courage, not to be afraid to accept what changes might be with the loss of this special someone. There's an invitation for you to accept it with this openness of this little child, to accept it as just part of life, and to face the transition with the courage of this child. And again, this child looks at death with hope. She offers death with a flower. So it's like reconciliation, reconciling with your past, a need for you to undergo healing. I see here a bird that is flying to the sky. It's makes me feel of the spirit of your loved one finally being free. Maybe for some of you, your loved one had undergone some challenges before their death. Now they seem to be telling us that, don't worry, I am now free. Suddenly I feel very emotional. I could start to feel your pain. So for those of you who have lost your loved one, your loved ones are reassuring you, don't worry, I am happier now. And whatever pain I've had in the past, now I am set free. Okay? And you just, for some of you, yes, a chapter has just been closed, but you are doing well, you're making it through, and the universe is awarding you or rewarding you with graces and benefits. Here we see the eternity. You are, the spirit is with you, and you are being reborn. I see here this person is like a person who is being reborn. So you are undergoing a new chapter, and I feel that for many of you, there is also a rebirth of your inner child. That your inner child is being nurtured right now, and it's coming out with a sense of adventure and a sense of discovery. So yes, it's a beautiful transition period for you right now. Things are going well. Yes, there might have been pain in the recent past, and there might be a need for some healing, but the future promises. Bright. Just go with the process. Yes, you are for some of you, you are still in pain right now. It's okay. It's okay. Just accept that you are in pain right now. You cannot deny. Don't deny it. Accept the reality that you are in pain right now, and nurture. Do some things that would nurture you. Maybe for some of you, exercises like yoga or physical exercises might help you through the process of healing. Maybe suddenly I think of a walk in nature, to spend some time here. Also, for time of prayer and contemplation, going out to nature, and maybe to be aware of those that might have left you behind. It's going to be a painful process, but at the same time, even if you experience the pain, new things are opening up. You might still be looking at things with pain, but the universe is also saying, don't concentrate too much on the pain. Be open also to the new things that are happening. You need to balance between the pain of the past and the promise of the new future. You need to look at life as just part of life. Look at the rainbow after the sun, which promises new hope. But at the same time, you recognize also the pain of the past, because we also need to undergo healing. But do not rush it. It might take some time. But also at the same time, do not close your eyes to the gift of this new chapter that the universe is giving you right now. Okay, let us now go to the third part, which is the oracle reading. Let's try to see now what messages we can get from the universe regarding with what we saw in the crystal ball, and also the clarification that we had here in the tarot cards. By the way, the tarot card is Heaven and Earth mini. It's the smaller cards. Okay, wake up call. Okay, you are about to discover your life purpose. Okay, yeah, a new chapter is going to come, and you are just about to see your new life purpose. For some of you, yeah, you just finished a chapter. There's a new direction that you are being given. Yeah, that's why we saw an inverted image. No, it's as if you are going to look at life in a different way, after the experiences you just had. Time to lighten up. You may be taking life too seriously. Okay, so yeah, and it fell on top of this one. Okay, so you might be taking life a little bit too seriously. There is a need for you to have the spirit of the fool, the sense of adventure, to lighten up, maybe to nurture yourself a little bit more. And you have to accept that the pain is there, the grieving is there, but at the same time also you need to nurture yourself and to lighten up a bit. Maybe the spirit can give us a little more idea on how we can lighten up a bit. The magic touch. You are accessing the magic from deep within. Okay, so we saw a cave, and I think the answer for you to lighten up maybe is to have more time with journey inwards, and to be more aware of the promptings of the spirit. Maybe when there's a need for you to go to walk in nature and allow nature to speak to you, to spend more time going inwards. Sometimes by just walking, you get to see life in a different perspective. Okay. So you are accessing through magic from deep within. You're going to receive new inspiration, and you're going to access them. Okay. Spiritual growth. You are currently experiencing a lesson required for your spiritual evolution. Okay. So whatever pain you just underwent, it is part of your journey, and you are growing right now. You are currently experiencing a lesson required for your spiritual evolution. Finally, can we have one last message? Empath. Okay, you may be confusing other people's energy with your own. Okay, right now you are undergo a lot of change. You are undergoing a lot of changes right now, and yes, it's for some of you, you're still grieving and you're still undergoing healing, but you need to also be discerning, because you might not just be grieving because of your inner journey right now, but maybe the energies that you are also having right now might also be coming from other people. So there's a need for you to discern also. There's a need for you to spend more time also to withdraw yourself far from the madding crowds. To have that eagle's point of view, to discern whether the energy that you have right now or the emotions that you have right now is really yours, or it might be coming from other people. For some of you, Gemini, you are becoming more sensitive to the energies around you. So also try to discern which energies are yours and which energies are not. If you feel that there are some energies that are attaching themselves on you, you can always ask Archangel Michael to remove them, and to remove them from you. Or you can ask your guides and your spirit guides and your angels to help you detach yourself from these energies that are attaching those energies. Okay, let us end with one last message from the universe. Angel numbers. Pay attention to the signs your angels are trying to deliver a message. Okay, so be aware of any repeating numbers. Okay, if there are some numbers that are repeating, you try to get to see the meaning of these numbers. For example, 555 or 111. The number 5 comes to me right now, and number 1. Okay, so you try to see. If you see a certain number that keeps repeating, maybe there is a message for you there. Also, feathers. I start to think about feathers. If you see feathers along the way, if you encounter feathers, it means that the angels are with you and your guides are with you. It makes me feel also, whoever this loved one who have just left now, they are like a bird soaring. If you see a feather, it could also mean that they are assuring you that you are not alone and they are with you. Well, that's it for now. This is a very interesting reading for you, Gemini. I hope that it resonates with you. So just take what resonates with you. This is a general reading. And I would like to thank those who have shared some beautiful comments, no, positive comments in my channel, and those who have liked some of the videos. No, I thank you for your generosity and for your thoughtfulness. Uh, if you feel that this reading can help somebody, no, even if they are not Gemini in the sun sign, they could be also Gemini in their moon and rising. No, so if you feel that this reading can help somebody, don't hesitate to share it with them. If it can lighten or help somebody who might be burdened right now, no, sharing the video is just a small gesture, but if it can make a person feel better, then we are already trying to help everyone make the world a place that is a little brighter. No? So if you feel that it can help some people, don't hesitate to share it. No, it could be our contribution to make this world a little bit brighter place for all of us. Okay, until next time, have a great day.